All right, guys. So today with me, I have Chandrila. You have Chandrila has been doing this program for a little bit over 6 months. So, Chandrila, before you started the program, in terms of weight loss, what have you tried in the past?
I had tried a lot of low carb diets, and I had also tried, fruits and veggie diet and all of those more restrictive ones. The problem was I would lose weight, but then I would gain it back. So I was looking for something where I develop habits instead of develop some kind of eating disorder because of the restrictions. So that's what I was looking for. And I'm vegetarian, so I cannot do a lot of these low carb and
Yeah.
paleo kind of diets because there are very few things to eat, and b, it does not feel good. Like I don't feel like myself. I feel agitated when I
Yeah.
do any of those like protein heavy and low carb ones.
Yeah, 100%, Chandrila. It's like most people, regardless if they're vegetarian or not, even for regular people, when they try to follow those low carb diets, after a while they give up. Because when you try to restrict carbs, like carbs are like a comfort food for all of us, like the potatoes, beans, and rice, the pasta. But like most people try to eat like the processed stuff. So what most people get wrong these days is that they try to treat healthy carbs in the same way as they treat unhealthy carbs, because unhealthy carbs, the processed stuff, the chips and the cookies, candy, crackers, we all know that it's not good for you and that should be limited. But when it comes to healthy carbohydrates, beans, peas, lentils, potatoes, whole grains, there's nothing wrong with that. And as long as you're able to include that, it's gonna help, with having more fiber, more volume, and having less calories, which is essential for weight loss. So, what made you decide to reach out to me? Because, like there's thousands of coaches and gurus on the internet. Like, what made you decide to, like, particularly join this program?
So I was looking for someone who can do like work with my choices, like food choices, and also I work, and so I work, and I have also
How
need to
much do you
travel
work?
a lot. I
Well,
travel a
let's
lot.
say if you had to say like a week, so would it be like more than 40 hours, like 50 hours, 60 hours?
50 hours minimum.
Yeah,
Uh,
50 hours minimum.
that is not the hard part. It is mostly that I travel also, right? Because
Hmm.
it adds travel time, and because I'm in some of these meetings where all the food that you can find is carb laden, for
Yeah.
example, or is not the most healthiest. So I needed a way where there was a diet that could fit my lifestyle.
Mhm.
And then my family also eats certain kind of food, right? So I needed something that I could balance all of those things.
Yeah. And did you feel like you were able to see results in that aspect?
Yeah, so the results, I would put it into three categories. One is food, like choosing the right foods, choosing more fiber rich foods that fill you up. So that was one thing that I learned, and I continue to do it because, protein and fiber rich food, which could be even fruits, which are high sugar, but because of the protein and the fiber that you eat with it actually makes you feel full, and I enjoy eating those too. So I could find a lot of foods which I liked eating and was giving me good nutrition and was causing the weight loss. So food was one thing. Second thing I would say is awareness, because I was logging all my food now. Now I was like very aware of what I was eating, so I was making good conscious choice about what I want to eat, how I want to be. So that is something that I continue to do.
Mhm.
And then in terms of fitness, I continue to do my like 10,000 steps as well as some of the exercises. The most important thing is because I did it for so long, it has now become a habit. And it is effortless for me to do it, continue to do it. I don't feel like I'm going above and beyond to do it because
Yeah.
just because it has become a habit.
Yeah, 100%. It's all about habits. Some people, most people actually, they start the program, as you've done in the past. They do it for 3 months, for 4 months. They're able to lose a bunch of weight, and then afterwards, what happens? They quit. Then they come back into their old eating habits, and then your habits are gonna show you the results. So if you come back
Mhm.
to your old eating habits, what happens to the weight? Most people start regaining it. So, Chandrila, there's a big misconception in the fitness space. A lot of people say, "Oh, tracking the food, counting the calories, it's so tedious. It requires so much time and all of that." You work 50 plus hours a week, and most of the time you also have to be traveling. Do you feel like it was such a tedious task, like to log your food and all of that?
No, actually, it was liberating. The reason why is before I would not know I was not aware of what I was eating.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would eat lunch or dinner and then would go and have a snack which would be just as much calories as the lunch or dinner that I had, right? So now that I log, I know what calorie is going into my body, right? I have more choice and consciousness. And the reason why I say that it is freedom is because after you eat, you always feel, oh, why did I eat? Oh my God, I ate so much. You see all these symptoms of like gas and other things that you feel after eating bad. I would rather be more aware of what I'm eating. So it is a little bit more steps to add all of those things. I would rather have that than to eat unconsciously and not know what is going and then complaining about nothing is working, right? Like
Yeah,
I would rather,
100%.
I like this better than that. And it's not a whole lot of it. And it's not that every day I keep to the calories either. There are
Yeah.
days I go over. I still log it because
Yeah.
it's just a mental awareness that okay, I went more, so that I know that next day how I can control it.
Yeah, 100%. It's like you can't be perfect all the time. It's not that like you're gonna be eating same thing, same amount of calories, same amount of food every day. Some days it's gonna be more, but some days it's gonna be less. So as long as you track, as long as you are honest with your coach, which was me, that's when you're gonna be able to see consistent results, and that's what we've seen throughout the program. Now, in terms of habits, you have developed really good habits, as you mentioned in nutrition, being able to make better choices, knowing what foods to incorporate even when traveling. So now that the program has ended, do you feel like you are in a gray zone where you're like, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do anymore? Or do you feel confident that you're gonna be able to keep seeing results and like sustaining that weight loss on your own?
I feel confident that I can sustain this weight loss, but I wish I could lose more weight
Yeah,
easily.
yeah,
And I have had issues with thyroid and other things, which makes my metabolism in general a little bit slower. So I am okay with doing consistently
yeah,
throughout rather than it's a program that I do, and after that, all the weight comes back, right? Like,
yeah,
so now at least I know I have done. I always do my 10,000 steps. I know what I'm eating, and so then I have. I only thing I can blame on is a slower metabolism, but
yeah,
not that I didn't do what I was supposed to do,
yeah.
right? Like, so that part of it I've covered. So yeah, slow metabolism is slow metabolism. You deal with it as
Yeah.
it goes.
100%. As we've talked about it, Chandrila, is that once you're able to eat, like less calories, and once you're able to exercise more, you have already done everything in your power, to lose the weight. But sometimes, one in every 100 people who struggle with slower metabolism, it doesn't matter, you can be doing all this work, but the results are just gonna be slower, and the solution for that would be having a thyroid medication, which is, as you mentioned, you haven't chosen to do that because you don't want to have negative side effects. So, but the good news is that you are still able to see slow, consistent improvements even without the medication. And eventually, it's just going to be a matter of time once you're going to be able to lose that goal. That's why you don't have to be following this program forever. As you mentioned, like, you know how to do this yourself, and then afterwards, you are able to sustain it for the rest of your life. So, I know that you were a bit skeptical before joining the program. So for anybody who's watching this interview right now and who's also feeling skeptical, saying, "Hey, I don't think I should work with JJ. I don't know him. All of this stuff." What would you tell to those people?
I would say that having a coach will help you develop good habits, and those good habits will give you the results, right? Like, so that is the key. If you are able to do it by yourself, then more power to you, right? Like, if you can do all of this yourself, what helps with a coach is that there is someone who is with you and helping you each week to get to your goals, and giving you ideas about how to get to those goals. I think that kind of encouragement, all of us need a little bit. I think that is needed, especially if you have tried too many things, or if you don't have the time to focus on weight loss, right? Which was
Yeah.
my problem. So when you are in that situation, it is good to get a coach who can take you through those habits and make that something that is enjoyable for you. I think it is useful. So yeah, if you can do it, see, at the end of the day, you are the one who does
Yeah.
what it
Yeah.
takes to lose the weight. Eventually it's you, but everyone requires encouragement, I think, because we all need that a little bit of
Yeah.
boost. So I
Yeah.
think that is what I would say for someone who is on the
Yeah.
fence.
100%. It's like at the end of the day, you can spend the time or the money to figure this out on your own. So most people, they spend years and years on then trying like to follow these quick fads, and then once you're able to lose the weight and then you regain it, it's just like you're stuck in that circle. So option A, you can try to figure this out on your own. If you are unemployed, if you have all the time in the world, of course you can go on a treadmill 5 hours a day. Of course you can like try to prep all this organic, best quality food, just be sitting on a salad diet all day. But for most people, that's not the case. Most people have a
Mhm.
full-time job. Most people have family, have kids, have a spouse, have hobbies, something outside of fitness that they want to enjoy. So instead of just like
And
spending your
also,
time.
you need someone who to say that they can do it, that many
Yeah.
people have done it, right? Like, because after many years of trying a lot of things, people give up because
Yeah.
it's like, it won't work for me, right? Like, so do you have that negative mentality? I think a coach can help you change that,
Yeah.
to think more objectively about, it's calories in and calories out. Even if you have a slow metabolism, it's still calories in and calories out. So you have something in your control that you can do.
Yeah.
So yeah, do what is possible in your control, right? So I
Yeah.
think coach helps with that.
100%. At the end of the day, everybody, like, it's 2025 already. Everybody knows that it's calories in, calories out, but there are thousands of ways to achieve that calorie deficit. You can starve yourself, you can go do keto, you can restrict your portions, but for most people that's not gonna work, and that's where we try to implement it specifically for every single person. What is it that you like to eat? What is it that you don't like to eat? Your food preferences. That way we could be able to design the meals that you are gonna like, that are gonna give you more volume, more nutrients, more protein, more fiber. That way you're gonna be able to feel full, and it's not gonna feel as a diet. So for anybody who's watching this, if you feel like you are struggling with fitness, don't hesitate to reach out, shoot me a message on Instagram, or click the link below to book a free consultation with me. And at the end of the day, you don't have anything to lose, you just have everything to gain, because I'll be able to help you with your fitness and provide some ideas that you could be able to use to reach your weight loss goal.